Healthy food helps our bodies and brains grow strong so we can do amazing things. But all over the world, people are hungry. And that happens for lots of different reasons. Some people go hungry because it's difficult to grow food where they live, or war has driven them from their homes, or an economic collapse has caused nationwide food shortages. But it's not just what you see on the news. Some families don't know where their next meal will come from because they do not have enough money to buy food. This is hunger too. Hunger also means not having access to the right food, like fresh fruit and nuts and dairy products. Foods that makes us healthy, strong, and able to fight off disease.
On this planet, we want zero hunger by 2030. What does that look like? It means access to nutritious food for everyone, starting with those furthest behind. From birth to childhood, adolescence, motherhood, and old age. And when times are tough or disaster strikes, it means protecting our precious food supplies. But how can this be done?
The Sustainable Development Goals were adopted by United Nations. But what are we going to focus is goals number 2, which is zero hunger. SDGs is an initiative embraced through the partnerships of all United Nations member states which set the agenda back in 2015. The agenda through the foundation of these goals act as a call to action which highlights on ending poverty, provides safeguarding, secure prosperity by 2030.
According to the UN World Food Programme, 20 million people in East Africa are at risk of severe hunger. Ethiopia is battling the worst drought in almost half a century, and 40% of the population in Somalia is facing food insecurity.
It is backsliding in its fight against malnutrition. A newly released World Hunger Index now places India behind neighbours including Bangladesh, Sri Lanka and Myanmar. It's estimated that more than 3 million children in the country are malnourished. That's about half of them severely. DW's Manira Chowdhury reports.
Fuel has meant he can no longer afford to hire a tractor. It's a lot of work with little return. He takes me to see this year's harvest. It's not promising.
Indian beans. These are beans. Another ones are there. There's another box there. This is the only one I've harvested right now for this year.
The 65-year-old is now at risk of poverty, as even his dairy business is threatened by the scarce animal feed.
Peningkatan jumlah besar itu menimbulkan kebimbangan pelbagai pihak di seluruh dunia. 3 faktor utama membawa kepada krisis makanan dikenal pasti, dengan penyumbang utama ialah konflik atau peperangan, kedua kejatuhan ekonomi dan ketiga cuaca buruk melampau yang membawa kepada kekurangan sumber pertanian dan ternakan.
61 million more people were facing hunger in 2020 than in 2019. New figures estimate that between 720 and 811 million people around the world faced hunger in 2020. The prevalence of undernourishment increased this past year to reach a level of 9.9%. Since 30 million more people than in a scenario in which the pandemic had not occurred. More than half the world's undernourished are found in Asia. An additional 1/3 reside in Africa. Globally, 2.37 billion people did not have access to adequate food in 2020, and 149.2 million children under age 5, or 22%, were affected by stunting, and 6.7% suffered from wasting.
guys. How are you? You can't do that. Have you guys heard about zero hunger?
Doctor, I think I know. So, zero hunger is when you put something into your stomach with food. It makes sense, right? Zero hunger means not hungry.
No, actually, it's not like that. Okay, today we will learn about something which is second development goal, zero hunger. Zero hunger is defined as someone who do not eat something sufficient like protein, carbohydrate, vitamin, and so on. So you are not supposed to play with your food because there's some people who got nothing to eat.
Every year, a third of the food produced is thrown away. The number of hungry people worldwide makes this even more shocking, given that over 30% of food is lost or wasted every year. Wasted food is not only inefficient but also a social justice issue. Ways to overcome the issue is by food donations to local food banks, promote sustainable agriculture with modern technologies and fair distribution systems, radically reduce food losses and waste, and school meal programs.